Welcome back, humans! It's Wednesday, and I'm back with another middle of the week vent session. And before I get started, hit that like button, smash that subscription, and turn on those notifications. I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday. And let's get on with it. I think I'm going to get the sports vent out of the way, but today I got, like I said, I got my usual sports vent today. And I want to thank you all for joining me as well. And then I got some strange headlines as usual as well. I got some good ones today. I got some good gossip ones. Found some gossip all over the place, and I'm excited about them. And let's get on with it. The football season's off season's going on. People are making moves. There's a lot of crazy trades. People talking free agent shit going on. A lot of that crap going on. But who knows? I got my eye on hoping my team makes a move on some players, but we'll see what happens on that team because sometimes they do some really strange things that makes everybody scratch their heads. So we'll just have to tune in and see what happens. We'll have to see what happens on that, because like I said, they do some things sometimes that's just like scratching your head, crazy bananas. You don't even know what the hell they were thinking. But anyways, so like I said, I got my eye on a player. Hopefully they do some deal, and I thought that by them signing this quarterback that they just traded for, it kind of felt like now they're going to put weapons around him or something. So I kind of feel like they might be, going for some of these players in the draft. So we'll see what happens. The Lions aren't known for making those moves, but we'll see what happens on that. And we got these boxing matches coming up. Mike Tyson's going to fight again. And against his favorite dish, I guess you could say, he's going to fight Evander Holyfield. They're going to do the trilogy. And I think the fight was for $20 million or $28 million, some crazy. He got some big money for this fight. And there was like talking going on, saying like Evander's side was saying that Tyson turned the fight down, and and then there was saying all these things, and then Tyson went online and said that he didn't turn nothing down, that the fight was done, and they're fighting in May. I forget what day in May, but they're fighting in May. I don't know if it's Memorial Weekend or something like that, but they're fighting in May with their old asses. And so I'm excited, man, and I know a lot of people are excited because, we watched the Roy Jones fight. We know, like, Tyson was taking it easy on him because we saw a couple times where Tyson wanted to throw some real punches, and he hit Roy Jones with him, and Roy Jones was like, looked at Mike Tyson, and, inside the gloves, he did like that talk. He was like, ow. You know what I'm saying? And then Tyson was like, I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell he was kind of like, taking it easy on him. So it'll see what happens with these guys. I wonder if they'll let them wear earmuffs, or something, or some headgear, if Evander gets the choice to wear like a headgear or earmuffs, just in case. Or like, will Tyson have to wear a really big mouthpiece? Or will like his mouthpiece, like, it'd have to be a big mouthpiece, and then they have it like a retainer style with like a chin strap. That way he couldn't spit it out to try to bite him. You know what I'm saying? To just fight him. Then he just has to fight him, and he can't bite him. So we'll see what happens there. And hopefully it turns out good, because I guess they're fighting in May, and it's a real deal. And I couldn't even believe this either in the boxing realm, man. A legend in the sport. This guy's got over 100 and close to, I think, over 110 fights under his belt or more. He might even be over more than that. And I think, and he's like almost 60 years old. Like, I think he might be older than Tyson. And he's one of my favorite fighters. And he doesn't fight anymore, but right now he's about to fight. And his name is Julio Cesar Chavez, Sr., not Junior, his dad. Like the legend, dude. This guy went 98 fights. He won 98 fights consecutively before he lost his first one. Just so you know, before you want to say about the 50-0 thing. 98 fights in a row before he lost his first match. You know what I'm saying? That's, whoa. And there's other fighters that have even a bigger number than that. So it's just, and he's coming to fight. It was one of his rivals who became one of his friends. Julio Cesar Chavez fought Hector Macho Camacho a long time ago, and they fought each other, and it was a great epic fight. And Camacho, rest in peace. Like I said, he's no longer with us, but his son is boxing, and he's Hector Camacho Jr. And I guess he is gonna fight Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Not the two sons. The son's fighting the real guy. Like, is he gonna avenge his dad or something, or avenge his dad or some shit? So these guys are gonna fight, and I'm excited about this fight. And I didn't even know it was gonna happen till a couple weeks back. And I thought they were just kidding, because, like I said, I thought Julio Cesar Chavez was pretty old. Like, I thought he was older than Tyson. Like, he might still be that old, but I guess he can still fight. And we'll see, because that kid's young. I don't even know how good a fighter he is. I'm going to have to look up some highlights. But apparently, that old guy is going to fight the young buck. And I seen him doing the face-off, and the face-off was, like, pretty awesome. They were all, like, trying to get shit started, even though they were, I don't even know if they're going to do, like, exhibition style or if they're going to just go at it. Same thing with the Tyson Holyfield. I've seen some things where Tyson said he hope it's not an exhibition. And I'm like, uh-oh, he's already getting angry. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. You know, like I said, get that retainer fucking mouthpiece ready. Something. Get the hockey mask. Because we don't want no biting. We just want some fighting. That's all I'm saying. And so the Jake Paul and the Ben Askren fight's getting closer. They're going to be boxing. And a lot of people are saying, like, you know, they can't believe that people are picking Jake Paul, like that him having a chance over Ben Askren, who's a seasoned fighter, and this and that. And I was one of them who says I believe Jake Paul's got a chance. You know, anybody in boxing does have a chance with the boxers, the puncher's chance. You know, and these guys aren't the best as far as boxing, even though Ben Askren does have the bigger fighter background and being in the UFC and mixed martial arts and all that. But my thing is, the reason I give him a chance is because, A, he's got the power. He's got a good enough power with the punch. And B, Askren will be a lot flat-footed. And that's the only thing I think. Like, so if Askren doesn't get hurt by his big punches, then they'll probably go into late rounds. And the young buck, Jake Paul, could get tired. And if Askren isn't too beat up, he probably could have a chance to come back in points and maybe take a decision at the end. You know what I'm saying? That's only if that's only my decision. Like if Jake Paul doesn't hurt him. If Askren, because man, he's got punched with little 4-ounce gloves. Like those things are almost bare knuckles. And now he's wearing a boxing padding glove. So, I mean, we'll see. Because like I said, if those punches ain't hurting him, it's gonna be a long night for that Jake kid. Like if those punches ain't like dropping him or making him fade back, and the guy's coming forward all night. And because I see, like, I've heard a lot of fighters in interviews say, like, you know, when you throw a lot of power punches, that takes a lot of energy out, especially if you're not you're expecting the power punches to be so effective that you can cruise or maybe change the style a little different in the later of the fight. And if it's not working, you're gonna have to keep that power just to keep the person off. That means you need that much oomph to keep that other fighter off. So you might be in for a crazy long time. You know what I'm saying? If you're not hurting my man. And like I said, man, it's going to be interesting. Like, I want to see it. I think Ben Askren, you know, has a chance to win as well. Like I said, because I feel like if Jake Paul's, the only reason I give Jake Paul a chance, like I said, he's training and stuff like that, and he's got some good power, and he's got a little bit more leg movement. And Askren being a seasoned martial art fighter, it just like he looks really flat-footed. That's all I'm saying. Because you can't leg kick or grab the guy or shoot him, not shoot him with a gun. You know how what they call it, shoot when they like shoot the leg or when they take the takedown move. So and so like I said, if those power punches ain't working, then I think Jake Paul's in for a long night, and Askren has a chance to take a fatigued young guy out with his experience. Like that's where I think if the punches aren't hurting him, then Askren's experience, his like fight experience, is going to kick in, and definitely he'll prevail. Like I think he'll win if Jake Paul's punches don't do nothing. They're not effective. So that's my pick on those fights. And so let me get on to my strange news. Before I get on to my strange news, no, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get into it. There was a big ass brawl. I'm sure everybody heard about it in Florida. I think it was Miami or something like that. There were people out there. I think they were protesting a curfew or something like that. Then fights broke out. And I seen a bunch of video clips of this big ass brawl going on. And the only fight clips that I saw were going all off like on social media everywhere. I didn't really look up my own. It was a bunch of girls fighting. It was just like a bunch of girl fights. And they was all like in super hot like Miami club gear and shit, man. If like club clothes was getting ripped off, it was like those old school chick fight videos. And they was all rolling around getting, I mean, there was fights. I mean, people was getting beat up everywhere. It was just crazy. Um, you would think, being that they let us back out after all these lockdowns, people would be like in more of a peaceful manner. Or after all the crap we went through, maybe we would try to be in a peaceful manner. But no. Get them in some nice weather. Get some people into some nice weather. Get us some beer. Give me some beers. And then we're going to get rowdy. I'm going to get rowdy. And then people are going to start fighting. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get home. But sometimes when those things happen in those big crowds, there's nothing you can do, man. There's like, I mean, you might have to fight your way to safety of some way of sort. I've been in crazy situations like that in my younger clubbing days when I used to go out clubbing a lot. There've been some scary situations, and you can laugh about them now, but shit, when that shit was going down, you was terrified because you're in a dark ass club, and then they turn the house lights on, and then you actually see how many people's in the club, and then you realize how much shit you drink, and you can't see an exit nowhere, and then there's bodies bouncing around because fight is going on, and it just gets crazy, and you just want to get out of there, man. So those sometimes, like I said, man, stuff can get rowdy, and especially if you're outside, like being at a festival or something like that, or at a protest. Like there was a lot of people out there, and you start one little shove game can turn into something insane. Like it probably was that. They probably was a little shove game. Watch where you're going. Quit stepping on my feet, or quit giving my flip flop the flat tire. Maybe somebody kept clapping the flip flop, and now she had enough and turned around, and it was on, or shoved one person wrong, and it was all over. Or maybe somebody's phone had a bomb ass ringtone and it was a cool ass song and somebody danced and twerked and their ass hit somebody and then they fucking started fighting. It could have been all kinds of circumstances could have happened just in this little Florida brawl. I mean, it wasn't no little Florida brawl. Florida, I can't even say it. The Florida brawl. I mean, there was shit flying around, people getting stomped out. It was like a soccer game. It was like FIFA. You know what I'm saying? FIFA 2K, coming live. And there was just like, and there was people like fighting, right? And there was like some people just handing people off to other people. Like there was somebody fighting, and then they were like, "Okay, here you," and then they like would beat that person up, and then they see somebody else, and they were like, "Me and you," and they were like, "Yeah." So then they just ran to each other, and they just started like, "We agree," and they just started fighting each other too. The videos are bananas. I was watching. Remember, they were like selectively fighting everybody. It was like, "Hey, what's up? You want to do something? You want to dance?" And they were going. But most of the videos I saw, like I said, were a lot of women, and they were throwing down. They were throwing down. And like I said, most of them looked like they were out like ready to go to nightclubs and dance slow. Like they all looked like they were in like club gear. So that stuff was like, there was a lot of neon colors and like all kinds of stuff flinging around everywhere. Like I said, some of the garments was getting thrown around and ripped off and all that crap. But the most part of it was, like I said, the fighting was just bananas, man, and all this stuff. And like I said, it was crazy, man. If you guys haven't seen that footage, it's kind of entertaining. I mean, it's kind of dark image, but it's still kind of funny. I mean, they went all out, try to enjoy some nice weather. Imagine if you were like the tourists out there, and then that mob came through fighting. All those people was fighting everywhere, and drinks flying, and oh my gosh, dude! Or you guys were outside having like a family dinner, and you guys see this stuff happening. People's clothes get ripped off right outside the restaurant and shit. Like, oh my god. Like I don't want to check just yet. Let me get another side. Let me get another side of some cheese sticks or something, or some mushrooms. I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. I'll just wait. I'll let it pass. So I'm gonna touch on something real quick here. One of the comedians I was a fan of. I mean, I'm still a fan of the guy, but I mean, I guess he's under some heat right now and some allegations. I spoke on this in like a super earlier episode before. Like, but I don't even know if they're true or not or whatever. But there's like some documents released. So I don't even know if those are real court documents. But there's a lot of crap going on with that guy. And I don't know, man. Those were some pretty serious allegations. I don't really gotta say his name because I'm sure a lot of people do know his name and all that stuff. But like I said, I'm a fan of the guy. Like he's super funny, but lately he's been out of the limelight because of this stuff that's been going on. Apparently he was trying to engage in relationships with a girl that was underage, and I don't know. Like the allegations are that he did, and a lot of other stuff, and she was underage and stuff like that. And so I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a lot of crazy things going on, especially with this cancel culture going on. Like, what if it's somebody trying to get a payday? Like, I was looking at some of the documents and they were asking for money, but it didn't look like they were asking for like a whole bunch of money. Like, um, like I said, I don't even know if those are real documents. So there was like money involved, like as a restitution or I don't know what it is about, and it wasn't like no high dollar. So I don't know if this person was out for that little bit of payday or what was going on, or she's looking for this media stuff because she's not releasing her name. She's calling herself Jane Doe on the documents you see online that people are sharing everywhere. She reversed herself as Jane Doe, and she's in these documents reveals some pretty graphic experiences, and I guess a lot of photos and her being underage. They say it violates child porn laws and things like that, and it's pretty crazy, dude. Like I said, with these people being all canceling on everybody, I mean, these are some serious things. This is some serious stuff, like that Weinstein guy and Epstein and all that shit on his island and like all that crazy stuff going on, and it's just quiet. It's just wild that a lot of people don't pick these up, or a lot of people don't want to talk about them. They rather just turn the other cheek. But like I said, I don't know if they're true or not. I don't even know if these documents are true or not. Like I even said in the earlier episodes, I don't know if they're true. I just had some jokes, made some jokes about the dents and all that stuff like that. But I'm just saying, man, it's just crazy nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't talk about um, people going after younger children and things like that. And I just really think it's wild that it's not covered a lot. I think it's real strange. Um, I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's part of a gigantic picture, or something like that I don't even want to mess with. You know what I'm saying? I want to be coming at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's just wild that they don't talk about these things. These things just go under the rug. He even mentions like three other comedians that were, or she even mentions three other comedians that were trying to get involved into the situation, and it's just wild, man. You don't know if she's telling the truth, if she's like really the victim, like will you feel bad, or was he trying to cover this up, to keep his comedy career going, and I don't know, man. It's just a crazy, crazy world. And what you want to believe the victim, and you also want to believe the person you're a fan of. And then you're like, I don't know this stranger. Is this person just a gold digger? She's trying to get clout and yada yada, or is this a real victim? And that's what I'm saying, man. Like you just don't really know, and right now because everybody's making up shit all the time. You got like deep fakes. You got all this crazy shit going on. Like they make things so convincing nowadays. So I don't know. You don't really just know. But it's a real serious allegation to just be, thrown around. That's all I'm saying. Like it's a real serious thing to be thrown around to just, if you're looking for clout or money, Miss Doe. But like I said, I don't also want to say anything bad because I don't know. On both sides of the fence, we don't know. So I ain't gonna say that I just don't know. Yo no sé. No. I just don't know, man. It's kind of touchy because like I said, I think the dude's hilarious. Like I always watch all his stuff, man, and then you look at it now and it's like fucking hard to watch because it's in the back of your head. You know? It's in the back of your head and then you laugh at what he's saying and shit. And then you're like, fuck, this dude's funny and it sucks. Blah. So it's like it pulls you back, it pulls you all around, man. You don't know where to go with it. But let me get on to the next one. In Montana, an apartment complex, I guess, if your car is too ugly, your car will be towed. Yeah. An apartment complex in Montana is towing cars because they're ugly and don't meet the standards of their residence parking lot. Whoa. Whoa. There's got to be a word, like a new word for that kind of prejudice. You know what I'm saying? Because like they got money or something. Like the money prejudice. Not just like the color one. There's got to be like not even just the prejudice that I just said. Like there's got to be a new word. I got to make a word for this. You know what I'm saying? But apparently, if your car is beat down or your paint job looks bad, and it could run like a fucking champ, but if it looks ugly, your shit will get towed. Apparently, this gentleman that reported this to the news and he went viral over the social media and all this kind of things. Um, I guess he went to visit a friend. He said, "I went to my friends and delivered some boxes." That's what he said. Probably sold him some weed. You know, he probably went over there and gave him some weed or something. He was like, "I went over there and delivered some boxes." And then he says there was a letter on his car. And I don't know if it was like the homeowners association or the apartment something. You know what I'm saying? They were like, your car doesn't meet the standards of our facility or our facility standards or some shit. And if it's on our facility again, it will be towed. And then when he brought this up, like I guess other people have said they've been there and it has been just towed away. They just fucking didn't even leave a letter. Their shit just got towed out. Man, I'd be mad as hell for visiting somebody. Oh gosh, that would suck so bad, man. You go visit somebody and you're going go back to go home. It's cold outside. It's raining, and your fucking car's gone, dude. Your car's gone. You don't know if you got stolen. You don't know what the fuck happened. There ain't no letter. You didn't get a phone call yet. Then your car's just gone. That would be, oh my god, dude. I'd be so mad. I'd be super mad. I'd be crazy mad about all that situation. The whole situation right now, it would just like, even putting it in my brain would like, is already giving me a bad taste. That's why I got to get another drink of beer because no way, dude. Like, I would just be all the way upset. All the way upset. What if it was a holiday too and you're visiting a family member? You guys were having a great holiday, exchanging gifts, you know, eating food, having some drinks, exchange, like, you know, sharing memories, you know, watching home videos, back in the day, home videos. So like pulling out the VHS and watching some home videos. No. Doing all that holiday stuff, you know, sharing the holiday cheer. And then you come outside and your fucking car's gone. Man, I'd be saying more than like, dude, where's my car? Like the movie. No, man, I'd be fucking swearing. I'd be looking around. You ever notice like if something gets taken, you look left or right, like you might see it, like you might see it. Or like if you ever had your car stolen or your bike stolen, you like totally like you like look like maybe I parked it over here, or maybe it's not over here. Maybe it was on the other side of the street. Like you don't want to really admit your shit's gone. I've seen it. Oh my god. That's what I'm saying. I've had that happen to me with a bike. I remember I parked my bike somewhere, ran into the store, came out, my bike was gone, and I don't know why. I just looked at the store next door, and the store was there. Like maybe I just parked my bike on the wrong store. I didn't want to think that my bike was stolen. So that's what I'm saying. Like your shit got. I would think it got stolen. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. So here's another one that might get you a little mad. Um, Me too, man. Like I said, we're switching locations. Looking to get a new house and getting a new studio location and things like that. And this California couple um, purchased a new home in California and finished closing the house, crossed the T's, dots all the I's. Everything was done, and they go to move into the house, and the seller doesn't want to move. And so the seller's not leaving. They show up and they're knocking on the door, and the guy's saying, "Get out of my house" and shit. And I hear there was some kind of squatter law in California or something like that. I'm not for sure. If you guys can correct me on that, I might have to look it up. Um, and this wasn't like a squatter law. It was like something with a tenant type of law. It was like a tenant law, and it had something to do with the COVID thing also was involved. So he couldn't just all the way kick him out, or he couldn't evict him because of the thing the COVID was involved with the same loophole of this paperwork. So a man got his like he had like a $30,000 tax lien on his crib. Got it paid from these people who bought his house. They bought his house and he gets to stay living in there. No. That's just wild. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, what would you do? I mean, a lot of people would say, you know, or like an armed citizen, maybe I'll get him out forcefully, blah blah. I mean, you got to do something slick so you don't have to go back into court. You'd have to do something. You know what I'm saying? Or like send in like one of them TV shows to remodel the crib or something, or like a demolition crew because you just bought a new kitchen or something. You just get in there and just tear it down. Bow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what you could do. It'd be crazy. You could shut your own water off because you're going to get plumbing work done. Maybe, you got to get creative, I would say. If it's your house, be like, hey, I got a plumber coming and I need my water shut off because they're going to do a whole new drain system. La, la, la. And they're going to those guys wouldn't have no water and they'd be shitting everywhere. Yeah. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Damn. What was I thinking? No. But that would suck, man. You bought a house and the people don't want to leave. I kind of feel like that right now. Because I'm not there yet. Gotta wait. Gotta wait to close. Gotta finish all the I's and all the T's. So, any Wu-Tang fans out there for my next segment, apparently, you guys know the original members. Rest in peace, ODB. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. No, I'm just kidding. He was my man, dude. He was funny, man. I loved all his music. And like I said, rest in peace. And shout out to the Wu-Tang. All y'all still doing it. And some of the members, I don't know who you are, all your new members. Seemed like when they were the first original members, and then as they got famous, the Wu-Tang was 50 members. They almost had an NFL roster. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was just me, because when you go to their concerts, there'd be 50 dudes on stage. And I'm like, damn, I thought it was just these guys. Where'd these guys come out of? The 36 chambers? Where'd they get these motherfuckers from? There's a lot of people. But anyways, speaking of Wu-Tang, shout out to Wu-Tang. No, I'm just kidding. Get some Wu-Tang. Protect your neck. I like the old school shit. But Liquid Swords was my favorite, one of my favorite albums. But anyways, let me get to this damn story. Alrighty? I'm over here stalling myself out. I'm just kidding. But so apparently these gentlemen faked to be Wu-Tang members. These guys, it was a group of guys. I think it was 4 gentlemen or 4 imposters. It said they were Wu-Tang members, and I guess they had a bunch of stolen credit cards, and they were spending I don't even know. I heard they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't think at the hotel, but just on general on this on this crime spree. And then when they went to this big fancy hotel, they let them stay in there and just do whatever they wanted. And these guys were believing that they were Wu-Tang members. And that's just crazy that you would get away with. I would think that nowadays you couldn't do this, but back in the 90s, you could get away with that. I remember one time, I won't mention any names, so I won't get anybody in trouble, but this was in the 90s. I went to a bachelor party, and my buddy, my man who was getting married, was it in the 90s? Yeah, I think it was late 90s, maybe 2000. Maybe early 2000 or something. So my buddy's getting married. We had a bachelor party. So we was out, got the limo party, going everywhere, bar to bar. And then, we're having some fun, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Doing the thing, having a great time. Then we get to this place, one of these adult entertainment, clubs, a gentleman's club. You show up. And you got to pay a fee to get into most places. And so we're getting there to pay a fee. And somebody at the door thinks my friend that's getting married is one of the members of Green Day. Yes, human. So they think he's a member of Green Day. They think he looks like the bass player. And I don't remember what his name is. So then the best man walks in, who's his best friend. He comes in, and they say he looks like the lead singer. And these guys are coming in. We got in with no cover, and then we just had a good time, and then we had a blast, and people thought it lasted for not that long. It lasted till we got in with no cover. And then we went blast. We got to our area, away from the bouncer and all that shit. They were like, oh no, you ain't them, but we was already in. So it was all good. But these guys faked it. And I guess they had a big old blast at this place before they got in trouble. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure they got arrested, and I heard I'm pretty sure I read that they got arrested, and so now they're getting waiting trial and facing some charges and all that fraud shit. But man, dude, you got away with it that long, and I just wouldn't think that you could do that nowadays with all the social media and you got the technology and the computers right in your hand. You could totally, look it up and check if you were just like not sure, you could just like look it up with it's right in your hand. You know what I'm saying? It's like right there. You could just look it up. That's all I'm saying. It'd be a good idea, maybe just to look it up. So I got a couple local strange headlines. That's right. So apparently in Detroit, Birmingham, in the city of Birmingham, shout out to Birmingham. People like, not just Birmingham, but people all across the world like special toppings on their pizza. People like everything from pepperonis to yada yadas, anchovies, pepperonis, mushrooms, the works, olives, pineapple. Not a fan, but some people like it. But there's one topping that most people would probably not want on their pizza, and I don't see it on any menu. I have not yet seen it on any menu, unless there's some crazy super organic place, that gives you it. But you don't want dirt on your pizza. Am I correct? Am I correct on this? I would say I'm correct on that, humans. So you wouldn't want dirt on your pizza. Me neither. You know what? I've had dirt on pizza. I've had that 5-second rule where I was like, damn it, if I didn't have this little buzz, I would not have done the 5-second rule. I probably would have 5-second one rule and a bite. And then I would have been past the bite. But no, I went with it. And I remember it was a horrible experience. And it was a little more dirt than I planned for. Also, it was like that. It felt like I was eating like cheese with like pumice soap in it. That fucking soap with like sand. So, in Birmingham, some person ordered a pizza, and it was delivered by DoorDash. Shout out to DoorDash. No. But this isn't positive. This driver delivered the pizza, and on the security camera, dropped the pizza on the floor. Not only did it fall out like just the box, the pizza fell out the little hot box thing that keeps the pizza warm. Then it came out of there. The box opens, the pizza falls out on the concrete, in the dirt, all over the earth. All over the Rona earth. You know what I'm saying? Got all Rona dipped. My man, on camera, he just scoops it back in the pizza box, closes the box all nice, and puts it back in the little hot thing, and delivers the pizza. Yeah. DoorDash. Thanks. DoorDash. Fucking DoorDash. That's on y'all. All right? They'll be like, no, that person doesn't respect it. You hired him. A person should have the right to choose whether they want to do the 5-second rule. You shouldn't choose for me. And I shouldn't bite a piece of pizza that feels like I just, had some sand cheese. And that just is nasty. You know what I'm saying? Any way you want to put it, it's just gross. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to deliver pizza, and why wouldn't you just deliver from the pizza place? Don't they have delivery? If they don't, that sucks. I don't know too many pizza places that don't have their own delivery anyway. Let alone DoorDash. Gotta go over there and drop my shit on the floor. Drop it on the floor. Like the local pizza places, their delivery driver might, be a little late and show up all stoned and give you your pizza and, just look at y'all with his shiny eyes or whatever. And, but it's getting there. And it's in the box. And it doesn't look like you dropped it. But this one, man, he was on video. That shit just flopped on the floor. And he just said, scoop, here you go. No big deal. No big deal here. And that was here in Michigan. Shout out to Birmingham and DoorDash for the awesome delivery guy. For the floor pizza. That sucks. That sucks. That would suck, man, getting the same pizza. But at least you saw it on camera so you wouldn't eat it. You'd be ahead of that. You'd be ahead of the game there because you wouldn't want to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Here's another headline. It's not so good. This one gives us a worse one than the Dash over there. Than the Dash door. Than the Dash door over there. apparently, one of our local bars is catching some heat right now and catching a lot of buzz in media, but not in a positive way. I guess the Rose Room Bar here in Detroit is a nice popular bar known for its upper upper echelon, upscale pricing and fancy cocktails. You know, I guess they're under some. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. They got a lot of heat going on because women are making claims that they have been drugged at their place, and it's making rounds around here. I don't know if it made it to you guys yet, people that are outside of the state, but it's making rounds and making rounds all around Michigan right now. And so apparently these women are making claims, and these one girls made their statement and shared it. Excuse me. And they shared it on social media, and it seemed like when they did, it went viral and got shared a bunch of times. So then other people started coming forward, and I guess they were putting comments even on their website, and now the website's starting to take them down about other people that were having experiences of being drugged, like roofie drugged. They felt like they were being like roofied, and they believe it was happening from employees at the bar, like bartenders or waitresses or waiters or whatever. And women were making claims like they lost feelings in their arms and their legs. They'd be all groggy and getting sick, and they'd be out of it for like over some days. Some of them said it like the effects lasted a week. Who knows what they were giving these guys, these women? And one couple, said their account was the woman drank half her drink, started feeling really weird, started feeling nauseous, said she couldn't feel her legs, started feeling all fucking weird. And so the husband, said, well, let's go home, honey, and grabs her drink, and he slammed it. And he claims he barely made it home, that he started feeling all weird. He probably swerved, and who knows, and got home. And he said that when they got home, he felt sick for a couple of days, and that she was sick for like a week, like all groggy and just like out of it, and just like felt like they were all drugged. And it was just wild. And there's like I guess multiple claims, and it's like I said, it just broke out here just the other day, and just like a day ago or whatever, started making its rounds and got a little hot around Michigan. And so it's pretty wild, man. I mean, you should be able to, and it's supposedly, like I said, it's supposed to be a high end place, like it's an upscale, high price place, if you want to go get a fancy cocktail and whatnot, and hang out with some people out there. And so, you shouldn't be worried about something like that. That would be the last thing on your mind in a place that's supposedly so upscale. If it's so this upscale, fancy place, you shouldn't be able to feel like, something like you'd be in danger. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't feel that way. And so, anyways, I just thought I would deliver those couple local Detroit ones. I just thought it'd be fun because they just popped off. They were just recent, and it was real interesting. I just thought it was really wild. And I got a couple more. These ones, I got one more for local, and then I got an international one. So I think I'll end with the international one, and I'll give you the one from where it is, Vermont. Anybody watching from Vermont? Shout out to Vermont. Cheers, humans in Vermont. I heard a meteor, or I read in this news article, a meteor struck over you guys about a week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, and I think it was like the Sunday, the week of the 10th of March, around there. So apparently this meteor struck through. It was going like, according like to the article, like over 40,000 miles per hour. Then they said it broke in like 52 miles from Earth, and then it got like I guess in the 30-mile range from Earth, something weird like that. And then it was heading towards back out our atmosphere. And I guess when it came down, the pressure built up so much that it exploded. And I guess it caused this big explosion. I'm just reading this, so I don't know if it's true, Vermont, if this is like a fake news thing, but it says it happened. You know what I'm saying? This was an article in your town. So so they said it went through, and it was like it started like in a path to try to head back out, but the pressure was too much, so this thing exploded in the air like 30 miles above the Earth or something, or maybe between 30 and 50 miles. And I guess this explosion, just by being in the air, was so bad that it like shook the ground and shook buildings. like big ass buildings, and it shook the whole ground. I was like, man, dude, that was like some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember like I think it was a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, we had a meteor pass through over here, and I was driving home from work, and it was like a rainstorm, and I got to see this, man, and I didn't know what it was at first. It was so wild, man. I thought like it was a bomb. I thought we got attacked or something, or I didn't really know what it was. So I'm driving home from work. It was kind of close to wintertime too, I think, because it gets dark around 6 o'clock. Over here in wintertime, like it's 6 o'clock in winter hours here when we do that fallback, thing or whatever it is. Yeah, spring ahead, fallback. That time change shit. It's like 6 o'clock in wintertime in Michigan. It gets dark. So, you're coming home from work and it was raining. It was a winter time. It was a winter day, but yeah, it rains here. We get weird shit during the winter too. We'll get rainstorms, not just snow. We'll get weird shit. We'll get hot days in the winter. It's weird. But this was a weird rainy day, and it was like around, close to winter, in the wintertime somewhere. Because like I said, it was getting dark around that time. So I'm coming home, and it's pouring. Sometimes the rain would hit so hard where people started pulling on the side of the road just because you couldn't see that good. And you'd have to let it light up a little bit, then you'd take off. You know what I'm saying? It was getting that bad. So, I'm getting close to home in the home stretch. You know what I'm saying? A couple miles away. And this fucking light just shot over the road, just like fucking, just lit up the sky like daylight right over me, just boosh. And the cars everywhere behind me, we all saw it. And it just went over with no sound. And then like I drove a couple seconds and, a couple hundred yards down the road, and all of a sudden you heard this noise, you know what I'm saying? Pow! And it sounded crazy. And so I get home and I'm telling everybody this, and apparently that was that meteor that, that came through. And I was like, wow, dude, that was nuts. And that was real scary, you know what I'm saying? So I could imagine it blowing up and shaking the ground. You would think somebody bombed you or something. Or you were being attacked. You never know. You just never know, humans. Stuff like that, it happens unexpected, you know? So with my last news one, this one's going to be in Australia. I guess in a small town of, they say southern Wales or northern Wales. I think it was southern Wales. They got hit with a big plague, but mice, a plague of mice. And they say it was the biggest one in like decades. I mean, I guess this happened before, and it was worse. This is worse than the worst they've ever had. They say there were so many mice that even like hospitals were affected by it. Like these mice came out of nowhere. I don't know where they were all breeding. They said, fuck it, we're going to go out here, Mice lives matter, and they went out there and did their protest and went after everybody. And so like somebody was in a hospitals they were like hospital patients were getting bit. It was like that in hospitals. It was like grocery stores. It was like all in the streets. Like I said, you could see them in the streets. Like they were showing drone footage of all these fucking mice. And I was like, what the hell, man? It looked like a horror movie, man. You would have thought it was CGI. It was weird. It looked like a flock of birds. The way they were moving like a fucking freeway. It was weird, dude. And so they had all these mice everywhere. And this one guy was claiming they were catching at just their building alone, like at this grocery store in Australia, they were catching like, what do you say here? Like 400 to 500 a day. They were catching in mice. And it was just crazy, dude. Like they were just everywhere. And this, oh my gosh, when you guys see they were showing pictures. They were showing like some small video clips. And oh my gosh, it would blow you away. It was like disturbing, man. It was just a horror movie. It looked like a scary movie. And like the mice was gonna get your ass. I don't know if you remember the old movie Creep Show. Like when my man got all with the bugs on him, the doctor tries to spray the bugs. If I recommend like out of some classic horror movies, Creep Show 1 and 2 were some good ones. And they were comic style, which I think, if you were gonna do a comic movie, I would think Creep Show is a really good format. And just, with the newer technology, I think that's the way you do it. A lot of actors probably want all this screen time. But the way they did Creep Show with those little 3 short stories or whatever, 4 little short stories, they were phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I mean, I know I just jumped off subject, but he just, sees a roach, sprays him, and then all these fucking bugs come out of nowhere, and he's like, got a bug plague on him. And that's how that one ended. And that's what it reminds me of. Somebody probably was killing too many mice traps going down. Or them one videos where you see them mouse dogs, taking all these mice out. And the mice decided to go have their own rumble. You know what I'm saying? They decided to start their own rumble this time. They're like, we're coming. You know what I'm saying? whether you like it or not. All I know is that would be really scary. I would freeze, man. I know I would freeze, but then I would have to run at the same time. So I'd be running like looking weird, like part mannequin, part human, or I would look like a weird like that old animation wheel. It'd catch me my legs in different positions because like I would be trying to run. I know they'd be jumping on me everywhere. You never know what you could do because if you try to climb a tree, they can climb the tree. So it's like, where do you go? You'd have to go somewhere they couldn't fit under to close the door for a minute, and eventually they'd find their way. But they said they were biting people too. They was biting people and patients, like I said, patients at hospitals were getting bit and they couldn't help it because they was in bed. They had no defense to them fucking mouse Avengers. That's wild. That's wild. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, hit that subscription, and turn on those notifications. And I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.